You're ready to expand your capacity for stability, for confidence, for a deep sense of trust in yourself, no matter what's going on around the world or in your world. And I know this because you're on this video right now. It doesn't matter whether you have intensity consistently going on in your life or whether you have structured some excellent balance for yourself. Wherever you are, this particular message meets you just in time for you to deepen your own sense of interconnectedness that much more. I'm Danielle Lynn, Jungian philosopher and the whisperer to the radcats, such as yourself, who are on this adventure of life, remembering how to navigate it one step at a time. And the step that it appears we're taking all together today is, once again, deep groundedness. The first and foundational place I invite you to start when you're truly ready to access your deep, grounded inner power is first, intentionally connect with your breath. Many body therapists may tell you, if you're having an intense feeling, to take deep breaths, because what you're doing is you're starting to regulate your breathing, and what this does is it signals to your body through your nervous system that things on some level must be well. As you're breathing in and out, you're also accessing your natural life force, your interconnected nature with all of life. You know, that fun mystical stuff. It's so simple, and yet it's accessible everywhere. Something that I deeply love about breathing is it's a natural way to connect not only with yourself, not only with the natural world, but everyone else in the world. We're all breathing and cycling in air. There is a shared connection through that we all live very viscerally at a very primal level. And it's also the air that's been circulating through the ages between humans and plants, other bacteria, things like this. So there's this sense of interconnected history. Anytime you breathe, bringing the intention to it helps you on some level link the paradox of vastness, of essentially interconnecting with all who have breathed air before, but also the moment. Breathing in air right now, breathing out air right now, as a moment-to-moment means of circulating the oxygen through your body. When you're living a flow-based life, what you start to remember is that awareness is like, I'm going to be bold and say 90% of the work. Because as you are naturally aware and present with what is going on, you begin to naturally make and adjust shifts. Take a moment to notice how you feel if you like. How does it feel to notice your breath? And just be here. Because this is the real power play right here. Moving at your own pace. We started with breathing, but see, this is linking to moving at your own pace. When you breathe at your own pace, you're signaling on multiple levels to your body, to your energetic system, to yourself and to the world that you are in presence. You are in command of yourself at the moment. And so this brings us to the next stage, which is moving at your own pace in other ways. Do you rush or hurry to get to places? Do you apologize for speaking up, for taking space? But just as an opportunity for you to reflect, why apologize? Sometimes people apologize because they've been on the receiving end of very careless people and they don't want to inflict that on others. But then they maybe overestimate their impact in a space in a negative way and therefore apologize. And the invitation you have is to go at your pace, to take up space, take up your appropriate space. Allow your roots to spread, allow your branches to unfurl a bit. Let your hair down. You could say, I know a thing or two about that. These signals are signals both to yourself and to the space around you that you deserve capacity and room to be as you are, that you are moving with power and empowerment, and that you are neither neglecting what may be on your plate to be done, but you're also not getting tilted by it. Many of the perceived challenges that we have only seem so intense because of our tendency to be reactive to the experience, to buy into the game, especially if it's not a game that we really want to play. Breathing intentionally, moving intentionally. You might notice that your thoughts don't become as wild. So now we've gone to the thoughts. The thoughts that we tune into, you could almost say that your body and your essence are like antenna. It's like your vibration is like an antenna. And this antenna is tuning in to all kinds of information. And if your antenna is set to pick up information that is very discouraging because habitually that is what you have tuned into in the past, then you might find yourself sorting through a lot of, well, intense thoughts. But this is a reminder that you don't need to focus on intense thoughts. This is a reminder that if those kinds of thoughts come through, you can observe them, but then let them pass by, pass through, like you're observing logs floating along in a stream. Okay. Thoughts only latch on when we take ownership for them and we say, this is me, this is about me, this is something I have to fix, something I have to do. Otherwise, they're just thoughts. They're just energy forms. No matter how intense your response might be about a thought, your response about the thought is what you have ownership with, not the thought itself. When you can take responsibility for the energetic state that you have towards a thought and be curious with it, because it's not about suppressing it or shaming yourself, but it's also not pretending that the tension you feel here will be resolved by acting on the thought you have out here. That's a very multi-stepped, drawn-out process to address something that's ultimately happening here. Like, you don't have to go through this wild ride to address what's going on here. In fact, a lot of times we can thank the thoughts that are showing up because they're highlighting for us something active within our psyche, something active within our field that would like our attention, that would like us to be present with it. And so, in this case, we're talking about having a new relationship with thought forms, a new relationship with your breath, a new relationship with how you move through life. These three things alone, when combined together with consistency, will absolutely transform your experience of life without anything else outside of you needing to change first. These things alone will allow you to cultivate a seeming Zen-like capacity for meeting the moment. Because none of these things require or involve the outer world to be a specific way first. It orients you into some of the key cornerstones of remembering your power and your nature as an inner to outer creator. And it does so, again, in the most simple ways. If we were to ground this into a really practical practice for you, something very practical you could do, it can be as simple as throughout the day creating windows where you intentionally breathe. 20 seconds. Breathe intentionally for 20 seconds every day. It could be catching yourself if you find yourself rushing and saying, I wonder what will happen if I just go at my own pace. A lot of times people might resist it because there is a hidden fear about what may happen if you do that. Oh, if I go at my own pace, maybe this will fall apart, that will fall apart. Have you considered seeing what happens? You are a deeply capable, versatile being. And regardless of what is in your personal history, regardless of what you have endured, experienced, what you are enduring or experiencing, and anything else that we could throw in there in between, you've arrived at this point with this remembering for yourself that you are just that powerful. You are just that capable. And within you, you have a full wealth of resources to begin and maintain a consistency practice with your breath, with your pace, with how you relate to thoughts, and what you choose to focus on from here. I love that we decided to co-create this together. And I say co-create because every single time I'm making one of these videos, I am listening. I'm listening to the field that we're all interconnected with. You can listen to the field we're all interconnected with. You have your gifts, your skills, your capacity to listen. And as you continue to cultivate this inner spaciousness, it results in deeper grounding and natural confidence, not only in your day-to-day life, but to access and live with your skills and gifts. And this is a reminder that you're already living it. You're already living it right now. And each time you make a choice to focus and engage in something that truly brings your life force energy to the present moment in an engaged way, you're living it. And so, my friend, it's an honor to continue to talk with you. I'd invite you to check out my links in the description. I have some upcoming experiences and portals that will open up. What I mean by that is every now and again, I do these private portal experiences, sessions, meetups, things like this. If you are interested in exploring that, go ahead and sign up for my flow book. And also you might check out the Self Alchemy Lab. We have some cool experiences going on in this month. It would be wonderful to connect with you there. And in all cases, I appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to our next connection.